Brandon Wood, in his first race back in the 74, takes out the pole for today's race. The teams of the Insomniac Elite Series head to the Lone Star State for 46th round of the championship here at the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. This is the first time the Insomniac Elite Series has raced on this track. Not the first time we've been to Texas. We've raced on the Texas World Speedway in the past, and we've also, and last year, we made a visit to the Austin Speed Bowl. This year, however, we are at probably Texas's most popular track, aside from maybe the Circuit of the Americas. Stock car racing is pretty big here, so this track did draw a very large crowd, and it's why the boys and girls of the ISCC always love coming here. Following the carnage of last race, no penalties were handed out, surprisingly, but a lot of teams looking to bounce back from some rather unfortunate results there, including Chris Louvier, who did not really get the run he was looking for. He is still leading the championship, but his lead has shrunk down to about 29 behind Kyle Collins. Kyle Collins down in second. He's like about 29 points back, somewhere in that range. Yeah, Collins gonna be trying to chase him down, along with those other big teams gonna be looking to gain some ground here. And of course, the 74 team's been hurting badly in the past couple weeks, with David Valzak not faring so well in his first two races. But Brandon Wood is back in the car now, and he took out the pole for his race here for his first race back here tonight. So he'll be one to keep an eye out for. There is one major headline coming into this weekend, and that is the fact that Frank Malkov, the driver of the number 68 Blackstorm Motorsports Toyota, has had his Class A license revoked after he was caught driving drunk in the practice session earlier this week. Now Malkov, he's not been very quick in that 68 to say the least. He's had some very erratic driving in the past, but he was driving a lot more erratic than usual in practice this week, and he was given a breathalyzer test, and he failed. He had been driving under the influence, and to say the least, immediately his Class A license was revoked. And I think that might be the last we'll be seeing of him. I'm just glad he wasn't let in the field like that, because he could have been a major danger to the drivers of the series that work hard the way they do. Taking his place in the 68 is Bill Braddock Jr., a local short tracker here in Texas. He's got a pretty solid resume behind him, so hopefully he'll be a lot cleaner in that 68 car. One more note is that the ISCC has brought a low downforce package to this track, just like Atlanta. So we've had cars sliding around a lot. A lot of people have been hitting the wall, actually, and it's looking to be another wild one. And here's the hoping that it's going to be a very fun race. I think I've rambled on long enough, so without further ado, let's get down to the track for the race. So Brandon Wood really came back in style getting the pole yesterday. He's going to be looking to get the 74 team back on form, because they have been struggling these past two races, with Valzak not getting the results he wanted in his stint, and in his two-race stint. Seth Cole on his outside, got Charles Sanford and Kyle Collins back there in row number 2. The pace car is in. Brandon Wood going to be leading down this group. Going to be leading down the pack of 42 cars down to the green flag, and we are going to see it. We are green. There's the flag. We're rocking in Texas. Charles Sanford did not get a good start, and Seth Cole's actually able to clear him, and Cole will be able to take second place, or hold on to it rather, as the field thunders down through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straight. Get some very nice camera angles here, and Brandon Wood continues to hold the lead very solidly. It looks like Charles Sanford's moved into third place, but Seth Cole with the move down low. He's gonna try and make a move, and you can see there was some contacts back there with the wall. Somebody hit the wall back there. I think it may have been Kyle Collins. But a lot of people with a very solid start right now. But Brandon Wood, oh, looks like he scraped the wall. Seth Cole is now taking the lead of the race of Sean Angel now in second, and Reese Black has pushed his way up into third place. But now here comes Sean Angel, the Canadian, going to move down low, coming to take the lead. We're going to be seeing a lot of lead changes out here tonight. The low downforce package makes it very easy to make a mistake, makes it fairly easy to overtake. And Reese Black now going to be taking a peek underneath the 14 already. Moving to this angle right here, it looks like Reese Black not able to get a hold of that 14. Those Hamilton cars are very strong, and Maxwell Chan, ooh, wow, he blasted the barriers over there. And that's gonna leave the door open for Matt Duncan, who's going to be moving his way up. Matt Duncan been pretty quiet so far, but he's been consistent. Been quiet in the pace department, but his consistency has been helping that team out in the championship for sure. But Sean Angel is continuing to hold the lead now. Looks like Kyle Collins has recovered from that wall contact earlier, and Nick Pericles is up here as well, beginning to push his way towards the front. Why, hello here. We got some Blackstone cars actually running the pack, racing of people. We got Gull Redlick here running very well at the start of this race, and then Bill Braddock Jr., a local Texas short tracker, making his debut here today. Replacing Frank Malkov, who had his Class A license revoked earlier this week. Ryan Braddock seems to be doing a pretty solid job right now, but we got some smoke, and we got a car around, and that is Danny Everett. And that car is toast. He gave that wall a good knock, and it looks like his day is going to be over. And that will be your first caution of the night. Well, here's a replay of what happened. Just like, let's see here. It looks like Everett. Oh, he got tight. Got up into Matt Duncan and swept across the bumper of Tyler Faber. Duncan keeps the car together, but around goes to 56, and Everett goes head on into the safer barrier, and that car spouts out smoke. Tells you that engine is damaged beyond repair, and that is going to be the end of the night for Danny Everett. Tough break for him. He's not really had the luck so far this year, and he had a good start too. He was running in the top 10, but I guess it was not meant to be. Seth Cole took the lead coming to the caution flag, and so here he is running in the lead of the race. So Sean Angel trails behind of Pericles, Black, and Matt Duncan back there. And here we've got Eli Bright, a debutante here. Eli Bright is making his debut driving for Z-Wing Racing, and he has had a very strong start to this race. Same can be said for Jeffrey Fingai in the Shell United, and Jock Day Cook in the Masterson car. Day Cook has been having some pretty impressive performances as of late in that 26 car. He's kind of been embarrassing his teammate Lewis Duran. Although Duran is keeping up with him here, he is right behind. So both the Mastersons off to a very good start in this race. But meanwhile, it's like Sean Angel is going to be challenging the 25 for the lead of the race, and Nick Pericles is hanging behind. He's going to be waiting for an opportunity to strike here, and he's going to have the draft off the 14. He's got the line, and it looks like he's going to make a crack at the lead himself off of this corner here. And Seth Cole, he slaps the barrier there, and Cosmic Nova's going to enter the fray, trying to take the 4th place there. Nova not had the greatest start to the year, but he's looking pretty good here tonight. So, well, at least so far in this race. Looks like Nick Pericles will indeed take the lead. It is going to be Tyler Faber moving into 2nd place. Faber's going to be looking for a way past, and Angel, he's going to start slipping back as Nova and Reese Black going to make their moves, and those two Dodge cars are up to 3rd and 4th place respectively. And here comes Faber. He's going for the lead now, and I think he's going to be getting it. And then just saw this, James Shelley. He's worked his way up to 5th place. How about that? James Shelley, he started all the way back at 30th, but here he is already in the top 5. say the least, that 41 car looks to be a force to be reckoned with here tonight. And he is making his way forward quickly, and he's already going to be challenging Nick Pericles for 4th. So a fantastic start here for the driver of the 41. Another driver making his first start of the year here today. Not making his debut, but this is his first start of the season. This is Dejon Weeks driving for Pontiac Motorsports. This is Pontiac's debut in the Insomniac Elite Series, but Dejon Weeks raced the Sony 400 last year with some very solid results, and it got him signed on with Pontiac Motorsports in the Slim Jim Series, the newly formed Pontiac team. But they were looking to run IS on a part-time basis as well, so Weeks was impressing with his pace, and, well, in came the signing, and now we've got Weeks running. Weeks going to be running on a part-time basis here in the Net Zero Pontiac. He's off to a pretty solid start right now. He's hovering around that points mark. He's not quite there yet, but he's off to a pretty solid start. Another driver making note of is Chris Lugier, who has not had a good start to this race. He is in 23rd. The Wrecking Balls cars have not really been comfortable in the same way around this track as they have been around other intermediates. But Lugier going to be looking to get this car dialed in, and hopefully we'll see him up the front later on. Wow, here's a surprise in the making. Look here, this is Aiden Shepard trying to challenge Sean Angel for 5th place. Aiden Shepard has had some pretty promising pace in that 12th car, but I really feel bad for the kid because he's had some terrible luck so far, as evidenced by the fact that he has no points coming into this race. I really hope he gets his break soon, and he's kind of proving once again why he's a talented driver and why that those 0 points don't say anything about his actual pace. I think it's really just an example of don't always just look at the points when you're looking at drivers, because sometimes there's some really good drivers out there who just haven't had the luck, and Aiden Shepard is a good example of that. Hopefully his day will come tonight. Meanwhile, Reese Black has taken a lead, but he is getting challenged by, oh, look who it is, it's Allie Nelson. She is, surprise, surprise, she's up front once again in that underdeveloped Audi car. It's definitely not underperforming, but don't forget, Audi is a brand new manufacturer in the IAS. So it's quite amazing to see him running up front time and time again. And it really just comes to show just how strong Allie Nelson is. And she is starting to pull a gap over Cosmic Nova in 2nd place. As per usual, Nelson being a major player to watch out for. And we'll have to see how tonight goes for her. She's not had the best of luck, but her pace in that 96 car is outstanding. But only 2 laps later, she's going to be caught by another guy we're going to have to keep an eye out for as the night goes on. Ryder Smith in the 18. He's been one of the fastest drivers this year, but he's been a bit on the inconsistent side. However, his pace he's been enough to get some strong results, and he comes into this race 4th in the championship. So he's not. So while his inconsistency does hurt him, it really does not show. He is still very much in this championship fight. Smith, one of the fastest drivers out here tonight, always a threat on these intermediate ovals, and he is pulling a bit of a gap here. But as you probably have noticed, it's not that difficult to close a gap. And Allie Nelson and Cosmic Nova over here are going to be looking to do just that. It's not been a good start to the race for Matt Duncan. He said he's been pretty uncomfortable with the car all weekend, and well, here he is running in the 28th position as of lap 30. Now there's always time to make a comeback, but he is struggling out here tonight. Like I said, he's been pretty uncomfortable with the car all week. Yeah, he's been in the wall a few times, and it looks like he's still struggling to find the pace of the FUD Sound Systems number 6. Charles Sanford he's gonna be making a move towards the front, but as we can see here, Chris Louviere has pushed his way towards the front as well. It looks like that 98 is starting to improve a bit on pace. Oh, but look at this. They've caught the lap car. That is the 69 of Binky Louvier. And hopefully they navigate them well. That is a very evil handling 69, and she's hit the wall. Oh, no. The 14's gone around, and so is the 69. And a few front-running cars been around. And wow, that is a lot of cars spinning around. Not actually a lot of big smashes, but... Not really any big smashes, thankfully, but a lot of front-running cars just got some damage, and look at that 14. Oh, wow, that is a tough break for Sean Angel. It's like Nick Pericles was involved, Baron Praxis, DJ Curtis got a piece of that. And I saw Brandon Wood had went around as well. That is the last thing he and that 74 team needed, because their form has been a bit off as of late. But we are under caution here for the second time tonight, and we will take a look at a replay, see what happened. Well, for starters, here's Binky. Like I said, the 69 car is a very evil handling car. She slides up into the wall, and Sean Angel had nowhere to go, and then the car gets out of shape into the 69, and they both spin around. You can see the 48's gonna try and miss it. He doesn't really. Oh, and then Reese Black gets into the 74. Nick Pericles can't avoid the 14, and those guys go around. And then meanwhile, we got these guys trying to avoid the crash. Baron Praxis, he can't. He's bumped into the 69. Ray Krager makes some contact as well. I think in the back, Reese Black had also been turned. There's DJ. He went around as well. Yeah, I believe DJ may have been turned by the 40 car, but he does not. But unlike the others, he does not have any damage to speak of. But tough break for a lot of guys here. A lot of strong cars been damaged in this wreck. As we get back to green here, you'll probably notice that we have a car on the inside line there. Yeah, the track promoters wanted double file restarts. Generally, the ISCC does not like having those, as you'll probably notice that we have not really had them at any point during the season. But Texas Motor Speedway's track promoters wanted double file restarts. I have a feeling that's probably not the greatest of ideas now, considering there's 3 Blackstorm cars blocking it away. But hopefully it does not make a mess. Oh, Crystal Veer breaks down immediately. Oh no, he's been hit by the 40. And the 22's gone around as well, and the field plows in. Oh boy, that's a big wreck. Oh, look at Sean Angel. Sean Angel's gonna go upside down. He really came bursting into the scene there. And that car is gonna go rolling a few times, and that car's come to a dead stop. But Chris Louvier, that is a tough break for him. The Wrecking Ball engine had a problem. And that thing broke down at the worst possible time, and a lot of good cars have been taken out. Oh boy, that was not the restart. That's not the restart anybody wanted. But so yeah, we're gonna have to line it up and try it again after another caution period. All right, so here's a look at what happened. You got Chris Louvier here. Man, the Wrecking Ball's cars are generally known for unreliability, but their reliability has been a lot better this season. But something broke on that 98. You can see he starts slowing, and he's in a very bad spot here. He can't really get down to the bottom. He can't really make an attempt. Reese Black wasn't expecting to go so slowly, and he's going to go around. William Brock is collected in that. And Maxwell Chan, wow, what a miss by the 51. And oh, Jeffrey Finguy comes plowing in. And oh, Baron Praxis plows into a 40, and then the rest of the field comes charging in, and then here comes Fearless Theodore into the 22. There's the big shot, the big collision there. Sean Angel slams in that 15, and it sends him skyward, and he goes rolling. We didn't really get a good shot of that, so we're gonna back up and take another look. Here's Sean Angel, and you can see the wreck happened. He's gonna look for a way past, but then Theodore hits the 22, goes up the track, and there's really nothing he can do there. And there you see it, the car pops in the air. And the wall, his contact of the wall sends him over. That is a really weird way to roll over, as you can see. And that car goes tumbling a few times, but yeah, really a tough break for Sean Angel. This really is not what he was looking for. he was probably not wanting to be on his roof. Yeah, that was quite the big crash. Alright, let's line them up and try that one again. Chris Louvier is now a lap down, though. That is not what he was looking for. Don't forget, he comes into this race as the point leader. His point lead had already had a bite taken into it, and he's really hoping hope things don't get any worse, but oh boy, that was not a freak accident. That car is way off the pace. Look at it. That 98's not going at all. You know, Ryder Smith taking advantage of the lap cars. He's probably happy about the double file restarts, as he's gonna get to pull a bit of a gap. Although but for how long I don't know, because Charles Sanford has escaped this mess of lap traffic and is already starting to chase down the 18. Sanford, another driver who's looking very strong. He's been extremely quick on these ovals so far this year. And don't forget, he is coming off of his first win of the year and his 4th career win last week in Dover. He's closing down here, and I think he's not going to have a whole lot of trouble getting past the 18 here. But meanwhile, it's like Ryan Acosta's pushed his way forward, up into 4th place. Ryan Acosta does have experience on this track in open-wheel cars, so he might be able to contribute some of his pace right now to that. And he's going to make a move for 3rd. You know, Charles Sanford is going to be making a move for the lead. Down the 3 and 4 now, and he's gonna get that move done without much of an issue. So some very good driving there from the 24, and his teammate Niko Polyakov gonna be trying to make his way forward now. And here he comes, gonna be thundering his way past the 42 and past the 18 as well. So S3 Motorsports gonna be moving into 1st and 2nd with a pretty solid move there from the 48. But for how long, I don't know, because Ryan Acosta's looking to fight back here. He cannot seem to get his footing, though, to make a move past the Lowe's Chevrolet. And Polyakov, the Russian, holds on to 2nd for now. But look at this. Eli Bright and Dejon Weeks have entered the fray, and those two are running in the top 10 right now. That is some great stuff from those guys. And James Shelley is still up here as well. You know, Matt Duncan, these past few restarts have been kind to him, and so he's back into the points. And looks like Tamor DeLise is also up into the points as well. Oh, we got a wreck in the back, though. But we will talk. I'll check on that right now, because I want to talk about DeLise here. It looks like he's actually handling that car pretty well at the moment. While it may probably has to do with pit stops, he does seem to have some pace in the car here tonight. Tamor DeLise has been struggling a bit in his rookie season so far, but right now he is determined. He is out to prove that he does belong with this team. And well, I mean, if he can score some points on a track like this, I think he'll be making himself a pretty good case. Here's a quick replay of what happened. It was Chris Argus Smith. You can see here, looks like Ray Krager got tight, and he got into the 76 there. 76 may have gotten a bit loose as well. They come together, and 76 goes on a wall. Pretty much a carbon copy of Danny Everett's incident there on the first caution, but Argus Smith, the Irishman, comes away a lot luckier with that car looking relatively clean. Wow, this is not a sight we've seen in quite some time. Ryan Acosta stayed out under that last caution, and he is leading the race for the first time in what feels like a very long time. Allie Nelson and Eli Bright also stayed out, so Eli Bright technically running in 3rd place on his debut. That is some outstanding stuff from that young man. He might be one to keep an eye out for here in the PT Cup. He might be one. Yeah. In the PT Cup, he might be one of those contestants that we'll have to keep an eye on. Might be one to look out for. And Dejon Weeks up here as well. Weeks and Delise both up here. They had good pit stops. Zachary Fitzwater is up here as well, along with Alex Perkle. So a lot of names that we don't often see at the front are doing quite well so far. And also Brandon Woods up here, despite having that back end all mashed in. So good on him, keeping that thing together. And the Black Storm's being a bit scary, being a bit of a nuisance, really. Oh, right, like it's the wall. Didn't get the wall again, but she kept it together, and she's moving over in the line, almost taking out the 48 of Polyakov there. And Polyakov has to go down the apron to avoid it. But look at this, Timur Delise. Look at him go. He is up. He is in 8th place. Quite nice to see him running so well. Let's hope he can actually get some points, because Delise has yet to put any points on the board this season. But yeah, he's been performing quite well so far. Meanwhile, Ali Nelson has taken the lead once again, and Seth Cole, Maxwell Chan, those two are appear to be battling over second at the moment. The gap is pretty big back between Nelson and this group of cars here. We'll have to see if there'll be anybody out there that can make a challenge on that Audi. Okay, yeah, this 98 is insanely slow. So he's crossed the stripe at about 174 miles an hour. That is almost 20 miles an hour off the pace. So whatever broke in that engine, it broke bad. I'm guessing he may have dropped a cylinder or two, because that thing is just way off the pace. Honestly, I don't even know if he should be on the track with a car that slow, but I mean, I trust that team's judgment, and I trust Louviere's driving ability to keep that thing clean. I guess they're just wanting, just puts around there on the track, hopes some stuff goes down, and maybe they can sneak in a point or two. But it'll take a lot of stuff happening for that. And oh, as we look at the leaderboard here, yeah, we just gotten word that Louis Duran had an engine failure. That's a tough break for him. Duran just cannot catch a break this season. While you got Jacques Cook running into top 10, got Louis Duran sitting in a championship with 1 point. Man, I really hope things improve for him, because Duran is a talented driver. He's proven it in the Slim Jim series, but man, things have just not been going well for him. Oh, but meanwhile, Matt Duncan's going for the lead. Looks like they got that car fixed. I think, yeah, Matt Duncan saying over the radio that's something that's this car's handling is finally clicked with him. So yeah, they've had a lot of issues with this 6 car all week, but it looks like during the race they finally got something to click, and Matt Duncan feeling a lot more comfortable now. He feels a lot more comfortable. These types of tracks he's pretty good at, so he may be one to watch out for. We've gotten a report of a minor incident. You may have seen the tire smoke on the back straights. This is why Jason Perkle bumps into 59 and comes across the bumper of Alex, who really has no qualms of turning his older brother into the wall. But Jason keeps, he has a bit of a sideways slide that keeps it together, and the caution does not come out. Tough break for Jason, but good on him to keep that thing from going around and bringing out another yellow. Update on Cosmic Nova here. He is running in 12th place, going to be looking to challenge Timur Delise for 11th. Cosmic Nova has not had the ideal start to the year. He is a bit mired down in the points a little bit after a series of poor runs. However, I wouldn't necessarily count him out yet, because don't forget, last year Cosmic Nova had an absolutely atrocious start to the year, and I'm pretty sure, I don't believe he even had any points as of after like the first 2 rounds or so. But then come the road courses, the European Tour, and his form improved considerably. So you can never really count this man out. I mean, don't forget, this is the man that won 2 world championships in a row, despite his limited experience background in racing. He really is a talent, we can never count out the Louisianan here. Just wait until the road courses start coming out again, and he'll be one to watch out for. And the leaders are caught a group of lap cars. That is Reese Black, Jeffrey Finguy, and the extremely slow Chris Lavier, although it seems like all three of these guys are about on a similar lack of pace right now. And Matt Duncan gets held up considerably, and here comes Niko Boyakov, going to be using those cars as a pick. And it looks like that's going to work in his favor, as he's going to be able to take the lead. And it's going to work in S3's favor, because here comes Charles Sanford trying to take second. But with that said, Finguy and Lavier are blocking both lanes of traffic. They really need to get out of the way right now. The Russian's still trying to find a way past, but he is struggling a lot to do so. So we've just got both lanes getting slowed down heavily right now. This is going to allow some other cars to catch this group, like Tyler Faber, Ray Krager, Ryder Smith. Those guys are caught up. Jock Day Cook is probably closing in here soon if they can't get away past. But there we go. They're past now, and Niko Boyakov is now going to be leading this race. But considering how much trouble you got past the guys, you might want to check his rear view, because I think Charles Sanford might be a little bit faster. Oh, look back. It looks like Lavier almost cut off the 18 there. Luckily he did not. Ryder Smith gonna get past, gonna be getting past the 98 there. He's gained a bit of ground there from that issue. Looks like Brandon Wood and Aiden Shepard are also beneficiaries of this, along with Eli Bright, Timur Delise, and Tristan Wilhoit. Looks like Jason Evans having a pretty solid run as well in the Buick, but the 40's gone around! Is that a caution? I don't see the caution flags out. Wow, that's all worked out very well for Krager, though, because look at this. He's up to third, and James Shelley is now in second place. James Shelley's always been very good on these types of tracks. Can't say I was expecting him to be this far up the order, however. Yes, Shelley's been on an incredible run of form lately in that Dodge Motorsports car. And here he is. He's going to go for the lead of the race. Second week in a row, and he's battling for the lead, and he's going to get it. James Shelley is now leading this race. Gotten word of a mechanical failure here. Gull Redlick's had an issue on the 66 car for the second week in a row. And oh wow, Braddock just threw that car in the wall. But Gull Redlick, oh boy. Well, I said that thing was a trash box, and got a very crudely made car. It is falling apart again, and Gull Redlick, you really just have to feel sorry for him. He really deserves a better car than one that's just so crudely made it falls apart every darn week. Also got a quick replay of the Reese Black incident here, and Cosmic Nova, he just pushes away up the track and he just turns it without a second thought, and then he goes pushing up right at the track and into Aiden Shepard. I hope it doesn't hurt Shepard's car at all, because that was a pretty hefty bit of contact. I mean, it looks like he's okay, but wow. Some very aggressive driving there for the 27. Kind of feel like Cosmic Nova's been uncharacteristically reckless so far this year. It really does feel a little bit awkward, but and he's running pretty decently right now, but he's got some ground to make up after the lap cars caused him some grief. Meanwhile, James Shelley, I don't think he's going to hold that lead for long. He slips up in 3 and 4, and there's Ray Krager giving a bumper, and ooh, Shelley, he's been caught in a bad spot there with the lap car of Jason Perkle, who is probably not in the best of moods right now. But here comes Ray Krager, and he is leading the way now. Krager's had some impressive performances so far in at 17, but his consistency has left a little bit to be desired. We'll have to see what becomes of him during the season, but he's not even going to lead that lap. Boyakov takes the lead back, and now Ryder Smith moves up the order, and so does Ellie Nelson. She's been pushing her way forward, but look at this! That is Jock de Cook. The Canadian in the Masterson car is up to P6. This is some incredible driving there from the X-Penty model. Yes, that really was his profession before motor racing. Yeah, But yeah, he did race in his native Canada, but apparently he was a panty model as a side profession. Wow! Yeah, he just door checked the 48. He is manhandling the Aaron's Dream Machine, and say the least, that's gonna make him a bit of a nightmare for the rest of the field to get by. But Jock Day Cook, he is impressing right now. He kind of struggled in the CBM last year, but it looks like the Masterson could be an opportunity for a career resurgence from the guy. Sometimes you put a driver in a lower tier car, and they can adapt a lot. A smaller team, they might be able to adapt a lot better. And that is, I think, what Dick Cook's doing with Masterson, because he has been having some very strong performances in that 26 so far. And I think he's moved the order even further. Okay, no, not yet. But yeah, he is in 6th place, and he is keeping up with the 24 just fine. I wonder if he's gonna be able to make a move. And there's Gull Red, like he's coming out of the pit lane. Good for him, but he's like 7 laps down. So that's not gonna mean a whole lot for him. But here we go, Ellie Nelson held up by Binky Louvier, and that is going to allow Jock Day Cook to move into the top 5. Outstanding stuff there. And meanwhile, we got Ray Krager and Ryder Smith trying to navigate the lap car there. They did not do it very well, and that's going to bring Sanford and Day Cook up into the mix here. Krager is still leading the way, but he's not doing too well at the moment. Those tires beginning to wear down. But here comes James Shelley, going to be getting ready to challenge at 18 for 2nd place. And the 26, still handling very nicely at the moment. He may not have the engine power, but he is doing just fine right now, and he is going to move up to 4th place, getting past the Hamilton car. I really just don't know what to say about this guy. He's just doing fantastic so far in that car. But here comes James Shelley, back again to try and take the lead, and he's going to do it without much of an issue. Good move there from the Virginian. And he's definitely going to be a contender out here tonight. He's proving it. He and Dodge Motorsports have been working together pretty well so far. Well, Alex Perkle is having a very surprising run right now. He is running in 19th place, so he could be set for some points out here tonight. Perkle's not had a good season so far, bar none. He's got no points to speak of, and he hasn't really had any particularly amazing pace either. He hasn't really set the world on fire. His teammates, his older brother Jason Perkle and Chris Dodd have been doing a lot better, although not tonight. Perkle and Dodd both having some issues with their cars. But another guy that I want to take note of is Timur DeLise, who is still running in the points. He has been racing very rough in this 62. He is doing everything in his power to stay in the points, and you really got to give the Bosnian some credit here. He is really giving it everything he's got to hold on to these points. I know he's been underperforming a little bit compared to his teammates, but you do have to remember though that his teammates are 2 top-tier drivers, one of which is the defending world champion. And this is not the greatest car in the world, so keeping all of that in mind, I think DeLise has had a pretty alright start. I mean, he's had some unfortunate incidents, some bad luck, but I think this is a good example, shining example here of some very impressive driving here from the guy. And then we got another guy here who's also been driving very impressively, is Eli Bright. Don't forget, this is Eli Bright's debut. He practically came out of nowhere to drive the number 70 Extends car, but here he is, doing very well. It's been a very impressive performance from this man so far. I am looking forward to see what he can do in the future, and of course to see if he can hold on and actually score these points. Charles Sanford's taking the lead now as we are on 21 laps to go, I believe, but James Shelley going to be looking to get the lead back now. Yeah, there you see it on the board. We have We have 21 laps to go, I do believe. Tyler Faber still up here, Matt Duncan, Ryder Smith. These might be the guys out here to battle for the win here tonight, as Allie Nelson's a bit far back. Although, considering Nelson, it's not really a far stretch that she could catch back up to this group. And yeah, to be honest, I think she is already doing it. So she'll most certainly want to look out for. And Shelly pulling a bit of a gap. Very nice stuff from the guy. But he's gonna have some lap cars to deal with here as we are getting into the late stages of this race now. The tire wear is beginning to kick in. But I don't know if anybody's going to bother to pit because I don't believe any more pit stops are going to be needed. The rest of the field can make it on fuel. So the question, I think some people might just, I think some people who may be struggling with poor handling are probably banking on a caution. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Tamor Elise pushes away past the Manson car of Kyle Collins, who hasn't had the greatest of nights, but still, that's a Manson car. And yeah, Tamor Elise still impressing there in that 62. But see, is Shelly still holding that gap, but he's got to watch his rear view soon. I say soon, but yeah, the Hamilton car is still at that 08 right now, but he's got to look out, and oh, look at this! He slowed up in reaction to the lap cars up ahead, and here comes Tyler Faber. He's got the lead now. I don't think Faber's led too much out here tonight, but here he is. Some very good pace from the 11. We are getting very deep into this race now. Here comes Ryder Smith. He's gonna be looking underneath the 11 now. Right up his bumper here. Well, he doesn't have to. Faber ends up leaving the door open. Oh, but here comes Charles Sanford. Sanford will be looking to make a move, perhaps. And he will make a move on Faber. And Charles Sanford will move into second place. But here comes James Shelley coming right back, and Matt Duncan's still up here. Can't really count him out. Can't really count out Cosmic Nova or Seth Cole either. Well, all these guys running pretty well right now. Oh, and here comes James Shelley. Look at him. He's going to make it free wide for the lead. He wasn't really able to make it stick. Look like the free wide move stick, but he is still there. Still there and still willing, still ready to fight. And he's still looking underneath the 24. Still looking. He's got a good run off the corner. Yeah, I think he might set up for a move here in turns 3 and 4. And yes, he is. Now that Haribo 41 is going to be making another move to the lead. We've had a lot of lead changes out here tonight, and it's certainly been a fun one to watch. These drivers just giving it everything they've got, not holding back an inch. I always love this kind of aggressive take no prisoners style racing, and we're getting an example of it here tonight. Really is some great stuff. And sometimes this type of racing, you get the surprises. Some people that you may not expect to be up here, like that 41 team or the 96 back here. But, oh boy, 41, he's left that door open for Charles Sanford, and Shelley keeps it off the wall there. Kind of scrapes it a little bit, but he doesn't hit it. But that's not going to hold him up. That's not going to help him against Sanford. He pushes away past. But look at this. Oh, Shelley! Oh no, Nova's got it for a slide. Oh, and he's not able to save the car, and that's going to be a caution, I think. Yes, look at that. The yellow lights are flashing. Caution is out. With just above 10 to go. That timing could not be more convenient. Yeah, I saw that. That was some very uncomfortable looking racing, but it looks like Matt Duncan is going to be taking the lead of the race here with just 11 laps to go. Alright, so look what happened. Because these guys are racing very hard, but you see, got a free ride situation here. James Shelley was not ready for it, and you can see he's going to hit the wall, bounce down the 27, sweeps across the bumper of the 25. Nothing anybody could do, and the 27 goes for a slide in the grass. Oof. Cole almost gets hit again, but look at this slide. He goes up to the wall, ends up losing again. He's not able to regain control of the car. But, oh, how lucky he is. Despite coming to a complete stop here, nobody hits the 27. He's able to get away without any extra damage. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he had to go around like that, but he's very lucky to still be in this race. But I don't think he's going to be smiling. I don't think he's going to be smiling at all. Oh wow, Bill Braddock Jr. and Eli Bright almost lost the back ends of those cars. Oh wow. But yeah, Cosmic Nova, he's been needing some good runs to get himself in that title hunt, and to say at least this is not going to help his matters. But here we go. We're getting ready for, well, possibly be the final restart of the race. Matt Duncan leads the way. Charles Sanford is second. James Shelley is third. Allie Nelson fourth. Seth Cole fifth. Tyler Faber sixth. Ryder Smith seventh. Maxwell Chan eighth. Ray Krager ninth. And Nico Poyakov rounds out the top 10. Yeah, but here we go. The FUD sound system's Ford Fusion. The driver of that machine eagerly anticipating the pace car coming down. He's going to be waiting for that flag man to wave the green flag. You're going to see it on the screen here. And he waves it, and you'll see right there. There's the flag man. That's the green flag right there. Matt Duncan absolutely nailed the restart, and he's already pulled a bit of a gap on Charles Sanford and the rest of the field. But we've seen the nature of this track come into play, so that does not necessarily mean he's won this race. As you can see it right here, Sanford, he's drafting that 6. He's already getting a bit of a slingshot going, and he's not going to be giving an inch at all. But here comes James Shelley. He's going to make a move down low on the 24, and we have crossed the stripe there. That is going to be, I believe, 6 laps to go. No, I think it might be 5, actually. Either way, we are getting very close to the end of the race here, but, oh, Shelley, he's going to get a challenge now from Seth Cole. Seth Cole, he's not won a race in quite some time. He did not win a race at all last year, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think he's... Oh, I think he may have won Germany. No, I don't think he won last year. But here he comes. He's looking to snap the winless streak. He's caught up to the 6 of Matt Duncan, and he's going to look to make a move. And yeah, this was 5 laps to go. Coming to stripe, though, it will be 4 laps left now. And Seth Cole does, in fact, lead that lap. And here comes Ryder Smith. I said he was going to be a factor in this race. And looky here. He's going to make his presence known, and he's going to get past Matt Duncan, who is starting to slip backwards. That car's handling starting to go away a little bit. Shelley almost gets in a 6, and he's going to make a move now for that 3rd position. The Virginian's not going to be giving up anytime soon, but you can see the tires are starting to wear down. The cars are sliding around. People are hitting that wall. It really is coming to show just how much of a tire eater this track is. But with 3 laps to go, Seth Cole still leading the way. Ryder Smith looking for his 2nd win of the year. It would be his 3rd career victory, I do believe. And he's got the line. He has got the line underneath the 25, and here he goes. Ryder Smith going for a lead. 2 laps to go now. James Shelley getting ever closer, and Tyler Faber lurking in the background there. Faber's one to get a win, but here comes James Shelley. He's got it. He's got 2nd place, and he's taking a look underneath the 18 now. You see he's peeking there. He's trying to get it done, but he can't. He just wasn't able to get his footing. Ryder Smith gonna be rounding the final corner here with a looking victory in the eyes as the white flag comes out. But James Shelley is right on his back bumper. He's got to fight it, and James Shelley goes for the lead. But he can't quite get it because he's sliding it. He's sliding it in. He can't get it. He's still hanging right behind the bumper of the 18. He's got one more shot to do it in turns 3 and 4, and he's going to go for it. And when we come to the final turn, this is going to be a drag race to the line. Smith a good run off the corner, but coming to the line, it's going to be a close finish. Wow. I don't know who won that. We are getting word from the officials. The winner is James Shelley. James Shelley wins out here in Texas in a photo finish. 7 1/1000ths of a second is the margin of victory. What an outstanding drive for the Virginian. He's going to get that 41 team back into victory lane with an outstanding drive. He may have not gotten this year off to the... He may have not his first runs of the year might have not been too amazing, but my God, has he been on a strong run of form lately. What a performance there from the 41 team. He dove it down in that last corner. I think we should get a replay of that, really, because that was something else. Well, here is a replay of that finish. James Shelley, you can see it right here. He really wanted this win, and he was pushing underneath. He was fighting the tire on that car. You can see he was really sliding it in. Smith, he gives him the room, but he's able to keep the grip on the car as well, and he's going to try and power out that last corner. But Shelley, he keeps his foot in it. He's not going to give in to the Hamilton car, and he has to travel to his advantage, and he's able to just inch out enough to where he can get the job done right there. What a move there what a move from that 41 car. You can see it here just how close this finish was. That you don't get these kinds of finishes every day. This really is just one of those special days. All the fans in Texas here were treated to a real spectacle, and what a night this was. I cannot believe that. Just what an incredible finish. Congratulations to James Shelley and Paul Schaefer, the owner of that team. Everybody, all those guys really worked hard. The 18 team was really working hard as well there to get it done. He came up just short, but what can I say? I don't think I really have anything left to say. It really was just an outstanding finish and a really good race. I know I keep saying this, but I can't stress this enough. Fantastic job by James Shelley to pick up the win here today. Yeah, some good driving from him. Second place Ryder Smith going to be gutted of that result considering how close he was to the win, but I think he'll be happy with that points haul. Third place is Seth Cole, and he probably is a bit disappointed at that result. Cole's been wanting to snap that winless streak of his for quite some time. It's been going on for a while, but wasn't meant to be here tonight. Tyler Faber finishes 4th. Matt Duncan, it was a good day for him. He comes home in 5th, although he was also contending for the win at one point. Ray Krager comes home a very solid 6th, the highest rookie in this race. And Allie Nelson gets a good result for the second week in a row there for Audi. That team's been on a good run of form lately. Maxwell Chan quietly comes home in 8th, his 5th top 10 of the year. Yes, he has finished in the top 10 all but one race so far this season. Charles Sanford comes home in 9th, maybe not as good as he was hoping for, and Niko Polyakov comes home in 10th. Ryan Acosta's past experiences on this track worked out well for him as he gets a pretty solid 11th place. Cosmic Nova, well, I mean, it's points, but knowing him, he's bound to be disappointed with that result, knowing how well he was running earlier. Tristan Wilhoit quietly comes home in 13th, and Jock Day Cook, good showing from the Canadian there, getting Ian Masterson Racing a nice haul of points once again. Eli Bright, also a very impressive run. That is his debut, and he finished in the top 15. Outstanding drive from the youngster there with Z-Wing. Brandon Wood, your pole sitter, comes home a disappointing 16th, not what he was looking for, but Timur Delis scores his first points in the IAS. He's been having some trouble holding a candle to his teammates, but he made his presence known here tonight as he fought with the best of them and came home with a pretty solid points haul for that small team. Delis trying to make his name known within that organization. Good job by the Bosnian. Kyle Collins comes home 18th, considering the points battle that he's in. Came in this race 2nd in the championship. He is bound to be disappointed with that result. Zachary Fitzwater comes home in 19th, and a good showing by the Aussie to get BMW some more points. BMW some more points, and then Carl Sanner rounds out the top 20. Moving on to the driver's standings, after his good result and Chris Lavier's poor result, finishing outside the points, Ryder Smith is now your points leader, with Chris Lavier trailing by 15 points behind him. Charles Sanford started to get his inconsistency behind him with some very strong results, and he's up to third, 23 points off the lead. After his win, James Shelley moves all the way up to fourth in the championship. He's on a very good run of form lately. And Kyle Collins slips back to fifth after a bit of a poor run. A bit of a poor showing. Maxwell Chan, another quiet top 10, sees him in sixth. Seth Kolb moves up to seventh. He's been having a pretty solid start to the season so far, but he is still looking for that win. Matt Duncan also having a good start to the year as well. You know, this is actually a better start than his rookie season. He's up to 8th. The 74 team of Brandon Wood and David Valzak, that split team, is in 9th. They've had a bad few weeks here, with David Valzak retiring from both his first 2 races. Similarly, the free team, the Manson free team of Carl Sander and Connor Atwood, has also had a bad few weeks as they find themselves 10th in the standings. Meanwhile, Tristan Wilhoit is in 11th. He's been slipping down a little bit, but he's still staying consistent, doing a good job of what he's got. Niko Polyakov is 12th, still trying to get back on form after a poor past few races. Sean Angel's been on a poor run of form lately in 13th, and this race was the last thing he needed. He is okay after that crash, but yeah, he's been struggling a little bit. Tyler Faber, he needed this run. He moves himself up to 14th, and then Cosmic Nova, still a very disappointing start to the year for the 2-time world champion. He finds himself down in 15th, but hopefully he'll find some better performances soon. 16th is Reese Black. He's had good pace, but he's struggled to get the results lately. Ray Krager is 17th of a good run, up to 17th of a good run here. Ryan Manson is 18th, despite only having run 2 races. Allie Nelson has entered the top 20 with another good result, and Dylan Young rounds out your top 20. Now, moving on to the PT Cup. It is still Ryan Manson way out in front on 121 points. That's gonna be a hard number to topple. Abdel Jabri still in 2nd place after running 2 races. William Duncan's only run 1 race, and he is sitting in 3rd. He'll probably be somebody to look out for. Baron Prax has definitely had his chances hurt here tonight, though, with a retirement that dropped him outside of the points for the PT Cup, but he still finds himself in a solid 4th. Eli Bright, with his good results, starts out on strong form of 30 points. He's in 5th. And then Princess Perkle is still in 6th after her shock performance in Willow Springs. Christopher Bryant is in 7th. However, he might gain some more points next week as he will be racing. He'll be racing next week. Jack Benton finds himself in 8th after 2 races. Jason Evans is 9th after 2 races, so maybe he's not been on amazing form in that Buick. Dejon Weeks is 10th. Cinder Komori is 11th. Followed by Rick Boudreau, Paul Swanson, Alex Constantine, Nathan McCain, and Alan Cavagnaro, who is sitting on 0 points after an early engine failure back in Dover. And finally, the rookie standings still see Ray Krager out on top with an average finish of 16th. Chris Dodd, it is close from 2nd on down now, with Chris Dodd 2nd with 25, William Brock 3rd with 26, Aiden Shepard 4th with 27, both Chris Argus-Smith and Timur DeLise are on 29, but Argus Smith, we do count decimals, and Argus Smith has a 29.0, while Timur DeLise has a 29.5. Then Binky Louvier is last with 35. Frank Malkov is no longer listed here due to him no longer racing in the series. But that is it for the race here in Texas. Be sure to stick around next week when we go dirt track racing for a doubleheader in Buffalo Downs. We haven't run doubleheaders here in the past, but the IES wanted to do the event a bit differently this year, so we will be running a doubleheader. So that'll be it. All right. Without further ado, this has been a production of the ISCC Racing Network. I'll be signing off, and I will see y'all next time.